How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another Creativerse Machines tutorial. In this episode we're actually going to be looking at two-way elevators with floor selection. Now, people have been asking me to do this, and I thought it'd be fun to have a go at doing, and this is my attempt. It is not perfect, but it seems to work. Okay, so what we've got here is 3 floors and a number pad here. And we just type in the number of the floor we want to go to. So let's say you want to go to floor 2. You hear some stuff configure, and you can go through and arrive at your floor. What's going on here basically is some fans pushing you up. There's no machines actually attached to them because they're just always on. They never have to be turned off. And as simple as having trapdoors selectively activate and deactivate based on reacting to the number pad. And then we have this design here, which I'll just go up to the 3rd floor to give you a proper look at. This design is actually largely based on Saroneth's design. So here we just have pressure plates attached to a trapdoor via a delay gate so we don't fall too quickly. I've got it set so we've got about a half-second delay. And the idea is you can just go, well, you know, I can just go down as many floors as I want and then stop and step off. I wanted it to wait until I stepped off, but while it might be possible to do, it's a lot more complicated, and for me, the big thing I was trying to achieve was the floor selection on going up, and that seemed to work. I do want to make a more elegant version of this in future, which combines everything into one chute, but I was not able to do that because it required that I control the trapdoors from both sides of the equation, both up and down, and they don't actually accept input from more than one source that I can discover, so that, for now, is beyond my ability. I'm going to be trying to do it, though. I'm going to be trying to find a way around that limitation. Now, one thing to note about this is that if I select floor 3, I could even select floor, 33,665, wouldn't actually make a difference because I don't need a trapdoor to stop me at the top because I just have a ceiling of whatever build the elevator's in. So, all it has to do is receive a null input, an input which does not have a direct comparison in any of the number comparison gates that it's attached to. And what that will do is just open all the gates. Anyway, guys, let's get on to how this is made. So, over here, we have my diagram, as it were. Just the same machinery over there, just laid out on the ground so we can take a look at it. First thing we've got is the number pad. Now, that wants to be attached to a number comparison gate for each floor you want to go to. Note, as I said before, though, you don't need to do that for the final floor. So, it's for each floor up until the one before the final floor. Now, for that, you're going to want to give it a number. Now, make sure, an easy thing to forget is to make sure to switch from event to value. Because by default, a number comparison gate is set to event. And if you leave it at event, it will not work properly. For this purpose, at least. Set it over to value, and then give it the name, give it the number of your floor that you want to be in. This is the number you're going to have to put in on the number pad to send you to that floor. Also, make sure to leave it on equal comparison. So, once it's got that going on, we're going to be sending it on to an inverter gate. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we want these trapdoors to be open by default to allow us to pass by them. We only want them to be turning closed, i.e. off, yeah, so in the off state when it comes to Creativerse logic, when we want to stop at that level. So, i.e., the signal sends out 1 from that, hits the number comparison here, it says it's equal, because this gate is looking for 1, so it sends out a true signal to the inverter gate. The inverter gate goes, oh, well, I've got a true signal, so I'm going to send out a false signal. So it sends out a false signal to the trapdoor, which then means it closes, and you get stopped by it, and that means you're at your floor. This means the trapdoor for this level needs to be the one at ceiling height of the level you're going to. Okay, so now we just have to do that for each floor we want to go to. Of course, incrementing our searched for values in the comparison gate by 1 each time, or whatever logic you want to do. Maybe you want to go 1, 10, 100. You can do as many floors as you want like this as well. The only limitation you'll have is the limitation of distance of Creativerse logic, and I'm fairly sure it will actually be able to reach from the bottom of the world to the top, though I haven't actually tested it. It should work, though. Yeah, and just remember, you don't need any logic at the top, because all you're doing is just going to be hitting against the roof, unless, for whatever reason, your elevator system is open ceilinged and open to the sky, in which case you're probably going to want to add the same logic to the final floor as well, or you might find yourself becoming very intimate with the stratosphere. Okay, so that's it. It's actually very simple. So this part here is the upwards, then we have this part coming down, and remember, this part here is largely based on Saraneth's design, not my own. The downward chute, she did a video on it yesterday, which was really quite cool, and I've been being asked to do an elevator floor selection for a while by a few different people, and I thought maybe I'll have a stab at furthering this kind of concept, because it seems like this is something which is growing in the community as a whole. So I thought I'll make my contribution to it, and maybe each of us can try to improve on the designs of each other, and eventually we'll come up with something really good. So what I'm hoping is that someone out there can find a way to combine these two chutes into one chute, so we can go up and down on the same one. If anyone managed to do that, that will be absolutely wonderful, and they should absolutely make a video about it if they're a video producer, or show it to someone so they can credit them and make a video on it and get it out to the community, because that would be a wonderful achievement. Anyway, guys, that's really all it is. It's very simple. Just number pad out to number comparison gate with number of floor that the gate is on, going out to inverter gate to close a trapdoor when that number is received. So see, I put in 2, and the second one closes. I put in 3, the third one closes. I put in 1, and the first one closes. Note, as I said before, if I put in a crazy number which isn't in the system, they all open. And that's how I'm doing my final floor one. You could have a trapdoor there if you really wanted to, or if you have an open sky, but it's not really needed if you have a ceiling, because you'll just bounce off the ceiling. And luckily, headaches from banging your head on ceilings aren't a feature in Creativerse yet. Anyway, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you find it useful. If you can see any way I can improve on this design, please do leave a comment, because I'm really kind of still learning this process myself, all the Creativerse machines, and I think really the idea of this here is to share ideas, as Sarah said in her video, to try to raise the whole community's knowledge of machines. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. I hope you have fun building your elevators, and I'll see you next time. See you later.